Okay, cool. So if you guys have gone over my Instagram playbook, this is probably not going to come as too much of a surprise because I literally took this curriculum straight out of my Instagram playbook. And this is literally the strategy that I have been using for the past 5 years, and I keep updating it every time. So if you got my Instagram ebook probably like a year ago, there's definitely been some updates. And so the first thing I kind of want to go over is like the story behind this strategy. So how I came up with this strategy was I was working in television. You can see me here. These are my two hosts, Amy Paffrath, Bradley Hasemeyer. This is Bob Saget taking a selfie with me, which is freaking awesome. And then me taking a picture with obviously Grumpy Cat. So obviously I've worked in television, and I work with a lot of high profile people who don't necessarily have a ton of time to spend on social media. And so one of my hosts who came from the music industry, and he was hosting another show, he had an agent who had been buying likes for him on Instagram and buying engagement. And of course, whenever he came to our show, his agent was no longer doing any of that. And so his engagement was falling. And he was like, Laurel, I really need help with Instagram, but I don't have a lot of time. And so I put together a 10-minute a day strategy for him. And then whenever I started marketing my business, I was like, let's see if that 10-minute strategy that I did for him, let's see how that translates over here. And I'm going to show you guys how in the first 12 days, I had made over $1,200 with only 12 followers whenever I first started a brand new business account. So before we even implement the strategy, we have to work on our bio. I see so many people put such stupid stuff in their bio. And if you are doing this for business, you need to have 3 very important things that are in your bio. Now, one of the things that I want to point out is this is one of my business accounts that I recently sold, so I don't have this account anymore. But if you can note like the follower count versus the following account, I'll see a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll try to get this up and then in order to get followers. And not saying that like following a whole bunch of people and getting a whole bunch of followers looks bad, but I tend to like to have less like me following less people than I'm following, because it just looks like you're desperate and you're just trying to get a whole bunch of followers. That's just kind of like the unspoken, I don't know, it might be even spoken in the community is like your goal is to have more people following you than you're following them, because then it just kind of gives you that authority. And so basically in your bio, you want to have 3 important things. One, you want to clearly state what you do. 2, you want to have a promise of value. Why should people follow you? And 3, a link to your opt-in offer. So if we go back right here and look at my business account that I had, I said, I'm a wife and entrepreneur. I'm a Facebook ads strategist using the hashtag so that I would show up in the explore page. I'm a business coach, and I learned how to get high dollar results on a Walmart ad budget. And I say free training, and then I clicked to my Linktree account where I had 5 different videos so that they can opt in for different trainings. And so your bio, you want to have those 3 things. You want to state what you do. You want to say state a promise of value, learn how to get high dollar results on a Walmart ad budget, and then present your offer, free training. So make sure that you have an opt-in offer link in your bio. Any questions so far about your bio? Because your bio is pretty much the most important thing, because the strategy that I'm going to show you is going to increase the amount of views that your bio gets per day. And so I want to make sure that you guys have your bio right before you even start driving traffic to your bio.
So my question, Laurel, is in the Linktree thingamajiggy. So I have too much bullshit in there, I guess. It sounds like I should just have one opt-in. Like I can't even remember what I have in there. I think I have like free stuff, a link to my like complimentary coaching call, a link to my website, a link to YouTube. That's like too much stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the reason that I had a Linktree link here was because I was trying to drive traffic for 2 different types of people. And so I had an opt-in for small business owners who wanted to hire me to do their Facebook ads. And then I had an opt-in for people who wanted to learn how to do it themselves. And so when they clicked on my Linktree, they had a video for both. So if they were a business owner, they would click here. If they were a coach or entrepreneur, they would click at the bottom. So that was why I was using the Linktree.
Go ahead.
So I'll use my link tree and I'll just put in 2 different opt-ins. Like, don't put in the free coaching call, don't put in the website, don't put in all that other stuff. Just direct them to one place to opt in, right?
Exactly. Make it absolutely clear. And for you, Maria, I probably wouldn't even use Linktree. I would probably drive them to either your free course or whatever your opt-in is.
Okay.
And because the thing is like, this is going to be a lot of cold traffic.
Right.
The chances of them booking a strategy call with you are probably very slim, especially when it comes to cold traffic.
Yeah, they never do. You're right.
Because who wants to get on the phone with someone, right? Unless I'm getting on the phone with Maria, you know, or Ty Lopez or someone, you know, I'm probably not going to get on the phone. Because I get that question a lot, you know, where a lot of people are trying to drive traffic to a free strategy call. And, you know, I did the same thing in the beginning. And it's just not something that people convert with, because they don't, unless they know, like, or trust you, they don't want to get on the phone even for like an hour with you, you know, because it's their time.
Okay, awesome. See, that's great. See, I didn't know that. Okay, perfect.
So is that Linktree a part of Instagram, or is that a separate like landing page type thing, or what?
It is separate. I'm not sure who's making a lot of noise. Could you mute yourself, please? Thank you. So Linktree isn't a part of Instagram, but because there was a point where a couple of months ago, Linktree and Instagram weren't getting along, and I don't know why. And so Instagram like banned Linktree for like a day or two. And then I don't know if they came up with some kind of, I don't know what the backstory is, but so Linktree isn't a part of Instagram that I know of, but basically it's an app to where you can put multiple links. So you can have multiple links to one link.
Okay.
Hence why it's called Linktree.
Right. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So again, so in your bio, you want to clearly state what you do. You want to have a promise of value, and then you want to have a link to your opt-in offer. Okay. So, but don't, like I was just explaining, don't get caught up in your follower, like, or comment counts, because I did make my first $1,000 on Instagram with only 12 followers. What matters is what I'm going to show you next, and that is creating the perfect balance of content. Now, most of you guys are probably familiar with my Mimi strategy. I take a very similar approach to Instagram, and so you have to have all of this in place before you start driving traffic, because again, just like whenever you go on Facebook and you're driving traffic to your Facebook profile, you want to make sure that you have the content that's going to resonate with the people that you're driving, you know, to your profile, and that they're going to want to follow you. So here is this. And so what I'm going to do is at the bottom of this lesson in the master classes, I'm going to link my Instagram playbook. So you guys are going to have all of this in a nice little PDF that I've already got ready for you guys. And so this is the grid. Now, if you're not familiar with the grid, it's basically, you know, whenever you go to someone's Instagram profile, it's the first 9 photos that you see on their profile. And so this is the strategy that I use whenever I am posting for my clients and posting for myself on my business account. I basically do help, value, relate, make the pitch, right? So I'm not making the pitch a lot. It's like I'm helping, I'm giving value, I'm relating, I'm showing people that I am a real person. And so this is the exact grid that I use every single day. Okay, so we're gonna break this down one at a time so that you guys can kind of get where I'm going and see kind of examples. So help, value, right? You're going to showcase the results your product or service can give to your customers, but this does not mean posting sales photos from your company. I see this all the time, people posting stock photos of stuff that they have for sale. Wink, wink to someone on this call. But post a photo of yourself or of your friends actually using the product. Make your own content, because whenever you're posting photos from your company or you're posting stock photos, it's not unique content, and trust me, people know when it's not yours. So educate people using your captions on how you're getting results using your product. You know, if you're a fitness coach, you know, take a picture of people actually doing yoga and giving some tips and examples of how people can improve their lives. And so right here, this is how I gave value. You know, I posted a pretty picture of me on the beach. I told my story. TV's brought me, you know, to live all over the country, but I recommended people read Grant Cardone's Millionaire booklet. So that's how I was giving value. I was telling people, hey, this is what I learned. I was able to do this. This is the result that I got. California used to be a place that I only dreamed of being whenever I was a kid. Like whenever I was a kid, we lived in Louisiana. California was just a place that I saw on TV. It was never something that, oh my gosh, I'm going to be walking the beach in California one day. I never thought about that until I read Grant Cardone's Millionaire booklet, and it totally changed my life. And so here I'm giving value because Grant Cardone gives away that book for free. And so that's just me giving value and telling the story behind the value that I'm providing, that it not only got results for me, but it's getting results for other people as well. So next, you want to relate, right? A lot of you guys probably follow me because I'm relatable, right? I'm not this like, you know, fancy woman in stiletto heels walking up to a nicely polished video every day. I'm very relatable. We're all real people. I know, Maria, you and I were just talking about that this morning. Like it's contrary to what Instagram, you know, courses are going to tell you. If you're running a small business, you want to attract real people. And sometimes people are just afraid to, if you make yourself unapproachable, then you're going to be unapproachable. And so this is your opportunity to connect with people who are looking for help from someone that is just like you. And so presenting yourself in a relatable type post builds that rapport, it builds that trust. It's like, oh my gosh, this person is just like me. I don't know how many times I've heard on calls whenever people become my clients, they were like, what was the most attractive? I was just talking this past Saturday to a woman that's in my 6-week course. And she was telling me that she loved the fact that I was sitting there on the couch with my hair all messed up because I just rolled out of bed on the strategy call with her, because she's like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I just did. I rolled out of bed to get the strategy call, but I presented myself in a real authentic way. Like, yeah, I'm going to grab my coffee now and we're going to, you know, continue on with this call. And so she's like, all of those, you know, dialed up people, they scare me, and you just seemed really approachable. And that's what made me wanted to work with you. She actually found me from another influencer who posted some of my content. She didn't want to work with him because he seemed a little unapproachable, and I just seemed more approachable to her. And so that's one of the reasons why you want to present yourself in a way that your ideal audience is going to relate to you. And so me and my wife, right, we were just in Palm Springs. And so this is just one of those posts. Hey, I'm real. I go golf. My wife had never golfed. We went golfing for the first time. We're having fun. You know, it doesn't have to be. A lot of times people try to overcomplicate Instagram. People are on Instagram to kind of get a behind the scenes of who they're following, right? If you follow Gary Vee, if you follow Amy Porterfield, I follow some of the people that are, you know, like in the Facebook ads industry. And what I love about their strategy on Instagram is it's such a behind the scenes type look, right? I don't post on Instagram what I post on Facebook. People get a very personal look at me on Instagram. And that's the reason why they follow me on Facebook and they follow me on Instagram, is because I'm giving them different content. I post way more personal photos on Instagram than I do on Facebook. And so they're getting a different type of experience that they do on Facebook. Does that make sense?
So it's okay to post, like, because I got some slack from someone else in, like, the social media. I won't mention any names. And they're like, you got to stop posting personal shit on your Instagram. It's not good for your business. But I just follow my gut. And you know what? I like what you're saying, because you're right. It is showing people like behind the scenes, right? So that's good.
Well, it's showing that you're a real person, and it gives you the opportunity to post more often, because the whole point of Instagram and the way that the algorithm works is the more that you post, the more chances you're going to get like that algorithm up, especially that's why, and we're going to come to that later with Instagram stories, but the algorithm on Instagram works very different on Facebook. The more you post on Instagram, the more you utilize Instagram actually rewards you. And so some of the top people that are posting on Instagram that are influencers, they're posting 3 to 4 times a day because it's feeding the Instagram algorithm. Whereas on Facebook, Facebook likes you to post one quality post a day, and that's going to boost your algorithm. But Instagram wants you to feed it content because it wants to be the platform that people don't get off of. And so the more that you can drive traffic and more importantly, keep traffic on Instagram, Instagram's going to reward you in the algorithm.
Now, do you always have to write a lot of stuff when you make these posts? Like, or can you just make it minimal and the hashtags are more important? Or
Yeah, so what I do here is like you can see this post, I introduced my wife to her first round of golf. She didn't suck. You know, there wasn't anything, but it's entertaining, right? Like we had a good time. I made sure that I used, you know, the right amount of golf. Like what I like to do is I like to make sure, and it doesn't, you know, a lot of people have different versions of how you should use hashtags. I am a firm believer in using hashtags that have to do with the photo. I don't like even though I'm a social media coach, I'm not going to put hashtag social media coach in this post because it doesn't have anything to do with social media. And that's just how I am, because the way that people use Instagram is if someone's searching golf stuff, they want to see pictures of people playing golf. You know, they don't want me to like, you know, hashtag social media coach, and then it's just a picture of me playing golf and vice versa. You know, if people are looking for social media.
That's so enlightening. See, first time I'm here, this is great.
I mean, and that's my personal strategy, because I like to use, and you and I were talking about this morning, I like to use social media platforms and give out the content that I personally would like to see. And so far it's worked really well, because I think other people, like let's say people are searching for social media marketing hashtag, right? And they come across this picture. This has nothing to do with social media marketing. Yeah, I'm a social media marketer, but people aren't going to make that connection by the picture. So, and then of course, we're all here to make the pitch, right? And no sales photos allowed here either. Like I actually ban a lot of my clients from using sales photos or stock photos, because it's just, you don't need to. In this day and age, you can take photos of anything. Like if you sell a certain product, whether you're doing e-commerce, whether you're doing an MLM, order the freaking products and take photos of you actually using them. Nothing is like a big turnoff than when someone follows me and I go to their profile and it's nothing but just chopped up sales photos from their company or this like e-com product stuff. And so it's like, if you're going to make the pitch, what I like to do is, you know, either use customer testimonials, photos of you with your customer, photos of you and your, you know, your product, or like highlighting like the results. Like that's how you make a pitch. Like more people are going to identify or relate to you when you're making a pitch based on results and testimonials and even case studies versus just, you know, sales pitches from their company, like straight up sales. And so like this photo, right, of me and Ramon, like it's just me having fun, cute. You know, I actually turned this into an ad that is freaking rocking and rolling, because it's not the most perfect photo, but it is real and it's authentic. And I turned this into both an Instagram ad and a Facebook ad, and it's getting a lot of clicks and sales for my $7 membership program. And so this is an example of making the pitch, right? It's not a hard sell. You can do your own Facebook marketing and ads. I know I've been told it's too complicated and that you should let an expert do it. Over the last several months, I've been teaching small business owners like coaches, agency owners, and even brick and mortar store owners how to successfully do it on their own and with little budgets. And then boom, I hit them up with the 6-week course. And so people can basically they've been responding for the course. When I turn this into an ad, it's basically clickable on Instagram. And so this is just a really good example of making a pitch, but it's not a hard pitch. You don't see a sales, you know, stock photo of some fake hands on a laptop, right? This is real. I'm just presenting like this is me doing Facebook ads, you know? So after you post your photo, use my 10-minute a day. This is kind of like one of the first things whenever I got onto the quote online scene, I was known for my 10-minute a day Instagram strategy. And I literally still use the strategy today, and I use it several times a day. It's how I build my client accounts. It's how I built my personal accounts, and doing it all organically. Like I said, using this as exact strategy that I'm about to outline for you guys is literally how I made my first 2 sales in the first 2 days of me just starting a brand new Instagram account. I had only 12 followers and I made $1,237 in the first 14 days that I utilized this strategy. And daily, I average about 30 to 45 new leads using this. It takes 10 minutes a day. Usually I'll do it in the morning and then I'll do it before I go to bed. So let me grab that. So here's my 10-minute a day Insta strategy. Again, this is the same strategy that I designed for my television host who was losing followers. and he started getting a lot of traction. He got more engagement. And so this is going to be something that's literally going to skyrocket. And that's why it's important for you to, one, get your bio ready. It's important to get your profile ready with all of that content so that when they do land on your profile, they're not going to see a whole bunch of sales photos. They're not going to see a bunch of bullshit. They're going to see a real person with a real solution to a problem that they could, that you could potentially solve in their life. So for the first 3 minutes, and so whenever I first started, I literally set a timer for this. Now I've been doing it for a little over 2 years now, so I don't have to set a timer. But for the first 3 minutes, what you're going to do is you're going to pick an influencer in your niche that's dominating Instagram. You're going to follow the people who have either commented or liked the recent posts, and you're going to do this until 2 minutes is done. So for 2 minutes, I am liking, I'm commenting. If I'm going to the profile and I like, and I think that that person's worth following, I am following. But for the most part, I am commenting like freaking crazy of people who are commenting on people that are influencers in my niche. So why am I only, following people and interacting with people who are commenting? Because these people have a history of commenting, right? The one mistake that a lot of people do is they'll go to an influencer, and I'll show you guys this right here. So Kat Howell, she's an influencer in my industry. She has a ton of Facebook ads agency courses. And so basically she teaches people how to do Facebook ads and start their own ads agency. And so what a lot of people would do is they would go and they would click on her profile, and then they would just start following everyone who's following her. But the mistake that people are making when they do that is that all of the people that they're following, they don't know if those accounts are active. They don't know if those accounts are known to engage. And so what I like to do is I like to go to their posts, and I like to see everyone who's actually engaging, right? Dadpreneur, that he's, my target audience. A lot of these people are my target audience, and they have a history of engaging. And so now I know that if I go and engage with them, they're going to engage. They're more than likely going to engage back with me. And if I like their profile, what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow them. So I do that for 3 minutes. And so for the next 3 minutes, I use Instagram's explore page, and I utilize the hashtag function to see people who are posting in my niche. And so I'll scroll through that newsfeed, and I'll like 3 photos, and then I'll comment on the 4th. I literally do this so I'll give you guys an example. So on the explore page, I'll go to hashtag small business owner, right? I know that those are my target audience because I do Facebook ads for small business owners. And so what I'll do is I'll go to this post, I'll like it. I'll like this post. I'll like this post. The 4th post, I'll comment. I'll like, comment, comment. And so I basically just do that to everyone that is in that niche hashtag, and I'll do that for 3 minutes. And so for the next 3 minutes, now it's time to engage, right, with your followers. This is one of the most important things that a lot of people forget is they are not passive aggressive, but they're just passive on social media. They want followers, but they don't actually engage with them. And so for this last 3 minutes, what you're going to do is you're going to engage with your followers that you already have. So you're going to do exactly what we just did with those other 3 photos. I'm going to comment, comment. It's really funny. A lot of my following are actually business owners. This is actually the apartment building that I live in, and I follow them. But so what I would do is I would like, and then comment, it's just, it helps my rank in the Instagram algorithm, is because I'm not only getting people to engage with my content, but I am also engaging with my following's content. And then of course, that's going to remind those followers, oh, what's Laurel Portier up to? They're going to go to my profile and they're going to see what I'm up to. Because every time, yeah.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're just on that. You're just going to. So how are you picking which ones you're going to actually like, and then comment?
I'm literally just going through my news feed. So I'm I go to my main page on Instagram, and I just, every single photo, comment, comment.
So you do 3 likes and then a comment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and my strategy, it'll say own and like 3 photos and then comment on the 4th. And you're just going to repeat that till the time is up. Like I said, I'm going to post the Instagram playbook. I'm not sure how many of you guys actually have it, but it'll actually have it has a PDF with photos and everything of how to set all this stuff up. And then for 1 minute, you're going to do an Instagram story. I know a lot of people think that, you know, Instagram stories are very scary, but actually Instagram is rewarding people very, very highly for using Instagram story. And people are expecting a lot, especially like when they start following you. I love freaking Instagram stories. I use Instagram stories more than I actually use my Instagram feed. And a lot of people, like we just did a research project where people that were between the ages of 25 and 35, they're not even looking at their Instagram feed. They're just staying in stories. So this is a great time to be in the story space. And as you can see here, I do a lot of hashtags. I do a lot of tagging whenever I'm at certain places. I tag certain people because all of this is going to help you in the Explore page. Like all of these landed me in the Explore page. And it doesn't take a lot. It just takes you tagging, you know, things and being just very engaging. Instagram rewards people who are being engaging. And then of course, Instagram TV. So what I freaking love about Instagram TV, it is like a version of YouTube and Snapchat like combined into one. And so it's super fun to do Instagram TV because what I do is I like to take my Facebook lives and I'll just turn it into an Instagram TV video. So basically think of it as YouTube for Instagram. It's super, super fun. And Instagram, like I said, rewards people. Just remember this, like after this lesson tonight, Instagram wants people to stay on Instagram. So the longer that you can keep people on Instagram, the more Instagram is going to reward you. Instagram TV is a great way to repurpose your stuff that you're shooting on Facebook and put it into the 9:16 format. It has to be this, you know, 9:16 format that us in TV just freaking hate. But that's what Instagram TV, that's like the specifications. And so the longer you can keep people on Instagram TV, the longer you can keep people on Instagram stories, the longer you can keep people engaging. And one of the things that I really love about Instagram stories is this is where I get the opportunity for people to interact with me in the DM. I will a lot of times invite people for a free PDF. I will put it in my Instagram stories because that is where most of my audience is like hanging out. A lot of them are just going through their stories, and people are watching stories more so than they're watching their news feed. And so this is a really great opportunity. And as a little bonus, if you're running Instagram story ads, super freaking cheap, much cheaper than Facebook ads right now. So, and that's pretty much Instagram in a nutshell. It's not a very complicated platform, but Instagram wants you to, again, keep people on their platform. They want you to be engaging. They want people to engage with you. And so you just have to come up with the right kind of content and engagement ratio to where you're going to keep people on the platform. And so that's why I found that this 10-minute strategy works really, really well, especially for people who don't have a lot of time in their day. So does anyone have any questions? I know we covered a lot. And like I said, I'm going to post the link to my Instagram playbook underneath this video whenever I upload it to the back office.
I have a question, Laurel. So I can repurpose, I did a few of them, but I have to do the rest. I can repurpose all my Facebook Lives on Instagram TV, right? Mm-hmm. And should it be once a day, once a week? Does it matter?
How often you ever want to. Like Instagram TV, literally the platform is like YouTube. You can upload as many photos as many videos as you want. You can name them. Okay. And so it's really freaking cool. And what's really cool, one little extra bonus of Instagram TV, like whenever you're doing your Insta stories on these, you could actually hyperlink to an Instagram TV video.
Okay.
And you don't even have to have 10,000 followers because like if you have 10,000 followers or more, Instagram will give you the option to hyperlink stuff in your stories. You don't have that unless you have 10,000 followers or you use an Instagram story ad. But the cool thing is if you're linking them to an Instagram TV video, they let you hyperlink it. It's super freaking easy. But I love stories. Like, as you can see, like you can come up with your own kind of like style and color grid and everything. And Instagram stories, like even if you don't want to be on camera, like Canva even has templates that you can use for Instagram stories.
They do. And you should always write stuff the way you have them. They shouldn't just be like pictures with no hashtags.
Yeah, you
No
should
writing.
always, yeah,
so I'll do them
always
like you do.
hashtag.
Okay.
Yeah, always hashtag if you can.
Okay.
Always hashtag. That's actually,
Okay.
you can always hashtag something. But tag
Alright.
whenever you can. And also, this is super important, is tag your location.
Okay.
Always tag your location
Alright.
because it's like when you're hanging out, because those locations will I forget what, like regram it for you. A lot of times, like whenever we were at Hard Rock Hotel, they kept regramming. The Hilton Palm Springs kept regramming. Dave Coulier from Full House, he regrammed that too. So
I have one more question. I hate to bug you. So I have like too many damn people I'm following because I don't know, from just following bad, coaching from somebody else. But do I just go through and just get rid of them, people that don't resonate? Is that how you clean it up?
yes, and I forget there's a tool. I don't follow people that I don't want to follow anymore, but there was this tool that I used to use and I forget what it's called. But you can literally see everyone who's not following you back.
Okay.
And just go and unfollow them.
All right. So I have like 2,000 people following me. So it should be, I have maybe like 1,800 that I'm following. Am I right?
Yeah. And what I do is I try to not get caught up. And a lot of people say, the follow, unfollow method. I don't really like the follow, unfollow method. I'm very selective over who I follow, just like I am on Facebook.
Okay.
And, that's just one thing to keep in mind is you don't want to be following a whole bunch of people that you don't care about. And another thing that's going to help in the algorithm is that Instagram is a very niche based platform. And so the more that you engage and they engage back is very niche based. And so if you're going to follow people, follow them in your niche because that helps you in the algorithm as well.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And that's why a lot of Instagram quote influencers, they'll do power likes. And so basically what they'll do is they'll pay influencer pages that have like over 100,000 in their niche. They'll pay them to like their posts because that just sends their ranking up in the algorithm like so high, is because it's so niche based. So that's where this is where Instagram kind of differs from Facebook, is it's all very niche driven. And that's why, I always say on Instagram, like really know who your niche is and follow people in your niche and know your target audience, because the algorithm in Instagram is really going to help you in that aspect more than Facebook will. Does anyone else have any questions? Like I said, I know I covered a lot.
It was great. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Is there anything that I didn't cover that you guys have any questions on? Instagram is actually my favorite platform.
No, I did really well. It's funny, not really knowing what the hell I was doing. I did I did an ad for my book and I got a lot of sales from it. And I really didn't know what the heck I was doing. So now if I really perfect it with your lessons, I'll get everything.
But that's probably why you did so well, is because you didn't know what the hell you were doing, because you were authentic about it.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, thank you. That was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, Instagram's my favorite platform. I've built many accounts and I've sold many accounts over the last couple of years. I literally just now started building my personal account a couple of weeks ago, because I was like, well, I might as well, because I was using Facebook as my primary platform. And then recently I was like, well, I should utilize Instagram, because I noticed a lot of people were finding me from Facebook on Instagram. And so I was like, well, I should probably start a little bit, and so I turned my Instagram into a business account so that I could run ads for it. And so now I'm just using my personal account as my business account. And, my first Instagram ad on my personal account, which you have to have a business account to run ads, is doing really well. And so I think people like that authentic, organic, type account versus, the super polished stuff. And Instagram is a great platform to use that, behind the scenes. Like Instagram stories, you could do them like actually, I used to do my Instagram stories with my DSLR camera and have super polished stuff. But again, people like this ratchet, way of doing things. But I get it. It looks authentic. It doesn't look like an ad.
Do you mind looking at my Instagram and telling me if I could make it better?
No, absolutely. Let's take a look at Maria's Instagram. I love this. Anytime I'm like, yeah.
It's
what's your link?
Spiritual Boss Coach.
I like that.
Thanks.
Spiritual. How? Let's see. Did I misspell anything? Spirit. Yep, I totally misspelled it. How embarrassing.
That's called being authentic.
I made a mistake. Maria, look at your following.
They suck.
Well, you've got 1,800. Oh, look, there are 2 angel numbers though in a row. But you're following a shit ton more people than are following you.
Don't feel bad. She got on mine too.
I did. Poor Charlotte.
I got mine like hell.
Well,
yeah,
that's
no,
why I
definitely.
said I have to clean it up, right? I got to get rid of at least 2,000 people there.
Right, because this is literally for just vanity type reasons. Is like whenever I come to this, my first impression is like you only have 1,888 followers and 4,000. You're following 4,000 people, so it's like, does she not have good enough content that only 1,800 people are following her?
Right, and I thought that was pretty good because it was organic. I didn't know what I was doing.
Or I have the impression that, oh, she's got 1,800 followers because she's following 4,400 people.
Okay.
It's just not a good ratio. Like,
okay,
for someone like me, it's kind of like, I don't know. And like I said, like, this is totally superficial, and this is all me. Like, this is my own, take on stuff. So let's take a look at the content. Instead of worrying some thoughts of love and light, I love that you've got very branded colors. You're very blue. I like that. That's one thing that I need to work on, is like getting more branded stuff. So let's just take a look at your post.
Well, that's my brand, so I try to keep stuff like similar in the blue family, so it kind of matches. I thought that was what you should do.
You're getting good at, I mean, well, 75 likes, well, compared to the following is a little low, but.
Yeah, I really haven't been giving it any love. Like, I struggle with Instagram, but I really want to get better at it. I mean, I really don't post enough, and like I said, now I know what to do.
It's a great photo. It's a good relatable photo. Yeah, like, I think, like, I mean, from an aesthetic point, I think your Instagram is very pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was just like watching, like, the stuff that kind of goes off
the grid.
But see, like, whenever we're looking at it, this is like, of course, we're looking on it from a computer. But so, like, this would be like these photos right here would be the grid of what the first impression people would see. And from an aesthetic standpoint, I would be intrigued with your account. I love looking at, like, quotes, and I like to have I like to have, like, a mixture of quotes and photos and stuff like that. You've got 10 comments. It's not bad.
All right.
I love that. You're
so
like, look, I crushed my goals. Testimonials, value.
Okay.
I think you just need to work harder on getting people that are interested in this type of thing, because
you're right.
I can't really point out stuff that's bad, because, like, your content, I mean, it's right in line with what you're doing.
Put my husband in there every once in a while.
Yeah,
my kids.
And your kids. No, that's you're doing exactly, like, aesthetically, this is pretty.
All right, cool. I'll just have to do all the other stuff now. But that's good. Now I know what to do.
Yeah, I think if you just worked a little bit harder, because, I mean, your bio, look, link tree, perfect. You've got your, your bio, start and grow your business with a splash of spirituality. I love that. That says exactly what you do. Coaching and free stuff, blah, blah, blah. I would probably maybe just make this a little bit more, more solid, promise of value, a little bit more solid of what they're going to get when they click here. But I mean, coaching and free stuff, I mean, it's It's a little generic than I would like it, but it's not bad. I can't complain.
All right, I'll clean it up. I'll make it better. Better is always good.
Yeah. Does anyone else want me to take a look at their Instagram account? Melinda's shaking her head. Nope. Awesome.
Well, thank you, Laurel, for doing that for me. I got to take my dogs out because they're like breathing down my neck. So I will talk to you guys another day. Have a great night, everyone, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for everything.
No, of course.
Okay,
Bye,
good night,
Maria.
everyone. Bye.